Hi, Victoria Shakoor here. Thank you for joining me on this rise. I hope you and your family is doing well on this rise. So I come to you today to talk about how trauma gets locked into the body and the different parts of the body that is affected by different things, whether negative or positive, by different, not things, but different emotions, whether positive or negative. A lot of us are walking around with a lot of pain, a lot of anger. We feel sad. You know, a lot of things have been coming up due to the pandemic and the shutdowns. And, you know, we're still affected by those things. Even though it's been, 2 years or something like that, they're still pushing things out on us, you know, showing traumatizations on TV, you know, especially of copper tone people that look like me being shown, you know, just horrific things happening to us. And that's traumatizing. It's traumatizing to a child that sees that, as well as adults. And so I wanted to come on here and talk about that, as well as forgiveness and what forgiveness is. I'm finding that a lot of people really just don't know what that is, and they think it's for the other person, and it's not. It's for you. So let me start there. Now I took some notes so that I stay on point, because I don't want this video to be very long. But I do want it to be strong and to the point, okay? So forgiveness, the first thing I did was I looked up forgiveness. And it's releasing a feeling of anger, resentfulness, revenge towards the person who harmed you. And my definition and my understanding of forgiveness is not having an emotional connection to the person that harmed you, nor whatever it was, whatever the harm was. And how do you do that, Victoria? First of all, let me say that when a person harms you, our natural inclination is to get revenge, right? You hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you back. Some of us will plot and plan. I used to be that person. I used to be that person that will plot and plan and plot to get you back. Yeah, I used to be that person, and I would get you back too, and it would not be pretty. You harm me because I've always been a good person, and if I was a good friend to you, and I know I was a good friend to you, and you can trust me, and all of that, because that's just my nature, and you wrong me, I just felt like you deserve, you know, the harshest of punishments. But our natural inclination is to get revenge, right? And because we feel like we want revenge, we feel resentfulness towards that person. We're angry about what they did, the wrong that they did to us. You know, even as a child, we just don't forget, and we don't forget it, and it gets locked in. You remember I told you in my last video, it gets locked into the subconscious, and it depends on the severity of the pain, of the abuse, of the traumatization. Remember, your subconscious mind's main job is to protect the body, and so it may cause you to even forget that happened to you. And yet it's playing out in your life because you don't remember. It's playing out in your life because you are snapping on people. This is the symptoms of it. Okay? So you're snapping on people, or, you know, you being more outrageously angry about something that doesn't require that much anger. And that's because whatever that abuse was, whatever it was that happened to you, sometimes a person can say something or do something that will trigger it, even though you don't remember. somebody could say something and it will trigger that particular trauma or abuse that you forgot about, but it's there. The subconscious mind communicates that trauma to the body. This is why I teach that your physical form is just as important as your spiritual self. Your physical self, they go hand in hand. So you have to be mindful of what's going on with you physically as well as spiritually. So forgiveness is when you're able to, drum roll, is when you're able to accept what happened. Let me look at you, and I'll say it again. It's when you're able to accept what happened. When you accept whatever it was that happened to you, you're able to release it because it happened. You can't take it back. Even if you was able to exact revenge on the person, that incident still happened, right? If it happened to you as a child, that person may not be alive anymore, or he may be. My abuser is no longer alive, been dead for some years. So it's being able to say, okay, you know, this person did that to me, or, you know, that teacher embarrassed me in class. You see what I'm saying? Because right now, a lot of people are experiencing these memories are coming back. And you're starting to remember what happened to you, but you're still not able to connect how that's affecting you physically, mentally, and spiritually. So, first off is know that it does affect you physically. It affects you physically. It affects you mentally, physically, and spiritually. I'm thinking so fast, the uploads are coming too. When you are affected physically, it could show up as different dis-eases in the body, different conditions, okay, in the body. It can be diabetes, it could be high blood pressure, you know, it could be cancer. Because you haven't released it and you're holding on to anger. You're holding that. Okay, hear me on this. Because it's time for you to heal. It's time for you to heal right now. And this is the perfect time for healing right now. Some of you are our spiritual warriors, and we need you right now. And so we need you to heal. There's certain exercises that you can do, certain exercises that I take people through that enlist me to assist them, that will release those traumas and pains out of the body as well. There's different modalities that you can do, and I incorporate a lot of them. So one of them is the body. The subconscious mind communicates that. It gets locked in your subconscious. The subconscious mind communicates that to the body. And so now it's protecting you. It may have caused you to forget, or you may remember, okay? And because you remember, you're feeling helpless. There's nothing you can do about it. There is. The first thing you want to do is heal from it. And that is accept that it happened. Once you accept fully, and you will know, because you'll feel the release. You'll feel it. This is what I did. I accepted that happened. Because I used to ask myself, why did it happen to me? Why me? Why me? And Creator Source said, because it happened to you. If I asked that person why, whatever they told me, it wasn't going to change how I felt. It wasn't going to change what happened. Right? So I had to, so Creative Source was like, because it happened to you. And when that came to me as an upload, I thought, wow, that's true, because it happened to me. If I knew why, I still gotta, it's affecting me. You see what I'm saying? So I still gotta get past it. So how do I get past this? How do I heal from it? And it took a lot of years, y'all. A lot of years. And that's why the process and the hack and the steps that I did, and I created these. I went back and created these, and that's what I help you with, and I take you through them same steps because it works, and I still practice them today. So anyway, so your body, your okay. So we said physical, right? Could be some kind of dis-ease in the body. Mentally, you're constantly thinking why. You may not remember, but you're being triggered. You're feeling depressed and you don't know why. You know that you're supposed to do something and you're unable to move forward and you don't know why. You're attracting the wrong person in your life, but you know deep down inside, this person is not right for me. Why can't I attract the right person in my life? See? That's how it's coming up mentally and emotionally. All right? And then spiritually, it's coming up, you're feeling resentful. You're walking around just angry all the time. You don't believe in nothing. Okay? And some other symptoms. I'm not going to go through all of that. When you are traumatized and abused, and it goes into your subconscious, I talk about that a lot. When you're able to accept it and release it, you no longer have the emotional connection to the pain, the hurt, the guilt, the shame, or any of that. That's why I can talk about it now with no emotion. There were years. First of all, there were years that I even forgot about the abuse. Until I had a daughter, and once my daughter became the same age that I was when I was abused, the memories, it triggered the memories. You see? Well, once I was able to accept that happened, and then I was able to release it, doing my inner work, okay, doing the work with help, I no longer have the connection. And the same with you, you will no longer have the connection. You won't have the emotional connection to it anymore. And you will know it because you will feel it. You'll just feel like you'll be able to talk about it and you won't have no feelings towards it, whatsoever, to be like anything else. All right? And this is because we feel everything in the body. You feel everything in the body. In the body. You do. You feel, for example, the sun. You feel the sun, right? Feel the warmth of the sun. It's beautiful out today. I'm in my favorite spot. Let me show you. I always gotta show you my favorite spot. It's so serene here. It's just so wonderful here. And the sun is up. I'm gonna go sun gaze once I'm done with this. You feel the air. You don't see the air, but you feel it, right? So you feel everything in the body. You feel it. Right? You feel it. And you feel the air. I'm reading my notes so I can stay on point. Hi. Hi, Victoria Shakoor here.